We planned to have a baby, and my wife got pregnant 2 months ago, but now she wants to terminate the pregnancy. I told her I would divorce her because I can't support this decision and would resent her forever. My wife is 36, and I am 31. We have been married for 4 years, and about 6 months ago we started trying for a baby. We both wanted a baby and felt like we were ready for a child. About 2 months ago, my wife found out she was pregnant. At first, we were both extremely happy when we found out, or so I thought. But after we visited our doctor to confirm the pregnancy, my wife completely switched up. She started telling me that she had doubts about having this baby and having children in general. She started saying that she didn't want to alter her body in a way that would leave permanent marks and go through the difficulty of pregnancy. She also started saying that she isn't sure that she wants someone who is going to hold her back for 18 years of her life. At first, I started by reassuring her about her doubts. I told her that I would help her in every step of the way of her pregnancy and that I will make sure she is always taken care of and that I will be by her side the whole time and that she isn't going to go through this alone. I also told her that a child is not only a beautiful sign of our love for each other, but that we will have amazing experiences with the baby. I also tried to reassure her that she won't be alone in raising our child and that I'll be there with them for every single step of the way and support my family for the rest of my life. She still didn't feel like she wanted to have the baby. To better our communication on the subject, I set up a meeting for couples counseling to talk about this problem. After I asked her numerous times to come to couples counseling together and her refusing, she finally came. During the 2 sessions, we tried to clear up the doubts she was having, and I tried to reassure her my support. I also made it clear that if she terminated the pregnancy that I would not be able to stay in this marriage. Her feelings still didn't change, and she still felt like she didn't want to have the baby. For the past couple of weeks, we have been arguing about this. I keep trying to reassure her, but her feelings still didn't change. She told me that it is her decision whether she wants to go through with the pregnancy or not. That is 100% true. It is her decision, her body, her choice. But that does not mean I have to accept her decision within the confinement of our marriage. I respect whatever decision she decides to make, but her decision does have a consequence for our marriage. I was confused because we both agreed that we felt ready and wanted kids. She said that she didn't think it through all the way. I know she is allowed to change her mind and change her decision on the pregnancy, but I don't think I can accept it and continue my marriage. Yesterday, she gave me the heartbreaking news that she is going to terminate her pregnancy. I made a final attempt to change her mind, but she was adamant about her decision. I told her that I'll support her through the process of getting the abortion, but will file for divorce after. She started crying and telling me that our marriage doesn't have to end. I know that I'll never be able to love her like I used to if she gets the abortion and that I'll always resent her for it. So getting the divorce is in our own best interests. I am normally very rational and strong of character, but I have never experienced emotions like these. I feel like I'm totally numb inside and that my world has completely shifted. How can I deal with my grief in this situation? How can I continue my life without letting my emotions on the matter crash it? Best comments. If I were you, I would absolutely go through with the divorce and then enroll in therapy or grief counseling as soon as you can. This is an impossible situation with no winners, and I am sorry for the loss of your marriage and the pregnancy you wanted to happen. Your feelings on this matter are very valid, and she is well within her rights to carry through with her plan, but you're also within yours to move on from her. I don't think there would be any moving on with her in your life because you would always resent her and most likely end up hating her, so moving on from her is probably best. I'm 100% pro-choice, even in this situation, but I also think that OP shouldn't be the one to support her through the process. I think it would hurt him much more than it could possibly help her. While she is within her rights to terminate the pregnancy, you are also within your rights to divorce, and given the circumstances, I fully agree that divorce is the smart thing to do for you, regardless of what she might say. Good on you for doing what's right for you. It'll be hard, but you'll get through it and be happy again, eventually. If the mother wants to terminate the pregnancy, the father has no right to tell her otherwise. If the mother wants to keep the baby and the father doesn't, the father has no right to tell her otherwise, and then he has to pay for a child he never wanted. That's the reality of fathers in these situations: zero rights, but full responsibility for the mother's decisions. Update number 1, 2 days after the first post. First off, I want to start by thanking everybody for the support I have gotten from my original post. Thanks to all the people that have shown me understanding and shared their own stories to give me some perspective. I have mentally officially accepted the situation. The pregnancy will be terminated and we will get divorced, and I won't try to change it anymore. This is my first step of moving on from the situation. I will be supporting my wife through the abortion process. From there on, we will go our separate ways. We both agreed that we wanted an amicable divorce and wanted to finish as soon as possible. My wife has made some attempts to change my mind about divorce, but my decision is final and locked. A lot of people were sending me messages about how I could lose a lot in my divorce, but there isn't much to worry about. We signed and agreed on a prenuptial agreement before we got married. The main points in the prenup were that I would get to keep the house we are currently living in. I bought the house before we got married on my own, in case of a divorce, and that I wouldn't carry any of the debt my wife acquired in her 20s before we were together. We both agreed that we would follow the prenup in our divorce. But I'm not taking any risks and have gotten in contact with a divorce attorney just in case. The lawyer said that I don't have much to worry about since we have a prenup. We both worked full-time throughout the entirety of our marriage, and there are no kids involved. So even if she would try, I'm pretty safe. Ever since I have told my family in my hometown about my situation, I have gotten an overwhelming amount of support. The past couple of days, I've been getting tons of phone calls from family and friends in my hometown that I haven't seen in a long time supporting me and showing me love. I never realized how many people loved and cared for me, and it is so nice to have their support. This has definitely made the situation better for me knowing that I have such a great support group. My wife is planning to get her abortion at the end of the week, and she'll be staying in our house until then. During the week, we will be packing up her stuff so she can move in with her sister when the termination is done. I have already told her that I want minimal contact after the divorce so we can both move on and continue our lives. After my wife moves out, I'll be taking some time off of work and flying back to my hometown. Hearing from all of my friends and family has made me miss them, so I'll be visiting them for a week. I'm still heartbroken and grieving, but from now on I'm trying to focus on the blessings in my life. I'm 31 years old. I am debt-free, a house owner, and have loving and supporting family and friends who care about me. I know it will take a long time before I can fully move on, but accepting the situation is the first step. Hopefully, I will be able to start a fresh and new chapter in my life after I have dealt with this. I know that there is someone special out there for me who I will have a beautiful marriage and big family with. Best comments. Did she ever explain, or even find out, why she changed her mind from trying/excited to conceive to suddenly wanting to terminate? She still didn't really give a specific reason. She just said it didn't feel right. It honestly sounds like she should have been seeing a psychiatrist for medication for perinatal depression before going straight to the abortion, though it's likely too late now the decision's been made. The hormonal changes from pregnancy can cause all sorts of issues, and she may look back and realize she blew up her whole life and future because of pregnancy hormones and the resulting emotions. This happened to my sister. She terminated her pregnancy, and a few weeks later her husband divorced her because he was completely opposed to it. About a year and a half later, she finally woke up to what she'd really done, tried to get back with her ex, but he didn't want anything to do with her, and now she has a strange room with things she's buying for the future baby she says she'll have when her ex-husband gets back with her. For the first year and a half, she dated one guy after another. But since she woke up to reality, and that was almost 3 years ago, she's been living out like a monk, as if she's doing penance. It's so frustrating to see her waste her life.